Hey there, folks. Joey DeAngelis here of Silent Film Saturday. I know it's been almost a year since I posted a video, and at the end of the video, I'll talk about, what I want to do with this channel later on, I guess. But I wanted to talk about two movies I've seen, or at least a couple movies I've seen over the last couple of months. Um, I guess this is a movie review roundup of sorts. So, Lego Batman. Lego Batman was a lot of fun, particularly as somebody who is a more of a fan of the Adam West Batman than I am of some of the darker, grittier incarnations. Even though there's plenty of references and nods to those, even some other really obscure versions of Batman. Ton of fun. You've probably already seen it already, or if not, definitely check it out once it hits DVD or whatever. So there's that. Great Wall with Matt Damon. This, I believe, was like a big Chinese co-production with China and the U.S. studios involved, legendary Universal, all that kind of stuff. So, and people are criticizing the film for being just a white savior story, but again, this was partially made by a Chinese market, and this movie actually in China did incredibly well, almost well over $150 million over there. Stateside about 40 million. And again, when you watch Matt Damon in the movie, yes, he's obviously sort of a POV character. He's like the POV character, but I wouldn't necessarily say he is the hero of the movie. There's like this other general and she's really like the main hero of the film. It's just Matt Damon is there and is, he's kind of forced to learn to respect the culture. I mean, obviously you've seen this in many different movies, but I feel like people who haven't seen the film will just label it as a white savior movie simply because, oh, Matt Damon is the main star of the movie and he's a white guy on the Great Wall. What the heck is he doing there? I don't know. But it reminded me of like an old-fashioned event film with all the production value and the costumes and some of the sets. Has some special effects. The creature design of this movie is not particularly impressive. That's probably my biggest problem with the movie. But otherwise, it's kind of it's a dumb, fun, monster movie in certain respects. So there's that. Then I saw Logan. Now, Logan is, of course, is supposed to be the final film of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine career. And I think it's the best out of any of the X-Men movies, and probably up there as one of my favorite superhero films. Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart, they knock it out of the park with this one. And Daphne Keane, who plays X-23, it's like her first film, I think. She's exceptional, really able to act very well with these two heavy hitter actors, which is really impressive when you think about it. So, and the movie itself really feels very different from anything else we've seen in the X-Men franchise. They're usually just like action movies or, sci-fi action movies. And this has sci-fi elements in it, but it's more of a modern day Western, particularly with the Mexican border setting. And it's kind of like a road trip movie as well. I mean, speaking as somebody who's been a fan of these movies since I was 8 or 9 years old, it was definitely a surreal experience seeing this movie and seeing this is in a weird way. It's like the end of my childhood because I've had these movies play since I was in elementary school, and now it's after college, and now Hugh Jackman's finally exiting the role of Wolverine. So definitely check this one out if you haven't. It's doing exceptionally well at the box office as well as with critics, and pretty much all of my friends who have seen it have loved the movie. So there's that. Then the latest thing I've seen is Kong Skull Island. Might be my least favorite thing I've seen this year, if I'm being honest. This is supposed to be a continuation of the MonsterVerse established by Godzilla back in 2014, and it does address some of the criticisms of that movie. Particularly, we don't really see Godzilla too much in Godzilla 2014. They kind of hide him a lot, and there's some great shots with him and some great moments, but the characters are very dull, and they focused a lot on the characters. And the action scenes towards the end of the movie, it's so dark you can barely see what's going on. Whereas with Kong, I'd say some of the characters are equally as bland, but you can at least tell there is fighting going on. And you see Kong right in the start of the gate, pretty much. they arrive at the island and Kong starts attacking, pretty much. Which is, usually with some monster movies, they like to wait it out. But with this one, it's pretty immediate. The Kong design I really liked because it didn't look like 100% a real gorilla. It looked like, kind of the original, how it looked like a nightmare version of a gorilla is the best way I can describe it. Best cast member of the movie would have to be John C. Reilly. His character had the most development, and he certainly gave the best performance. Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson were incredibly bland, and Samuel L. Jackson and John Goodman are doing their best with the roles. The creature design outside of Kong, I think it's really lackluster. I did not like the skull crawlers as adversaries. They really made me think of the Mutos from Godzilla 2014. Just very generic monster designs. And of course, this is part of a continuing universe, and they make some Godzilla references, including the organization that was in the first of this MonsterVerse series with Godzilla 2014. And there's an after credit scene that connects to future movies. So stay tuned for that. That was one of my highlights of the movie, but again, that doesn't happen during the movie and has no consequence on the plot, this or that. So it's overall, I guess I could say I was disappointed with this movie. It does deliver on the action, and you can clearly tell what is going on in the action scenes, but characters are really bland, and it's only better than Godzilla 2014 on the most superficial level. So that's just a roundup of movies I've seen in 2017 so far. I intend to see Beauty and the Beast sometime this week, and I'm going to see John Wick Chapter 2 someday. I mean, I just saw the first one for the very first time, and I thought that was a great movie. I can't believe it took me that long to watch it, but regardless, there's plenty of other big movies coming out in 2017 that I'm going to check out. But what about Silent Film Saturday, like the Silent Film Saturday reviews? Well, as of right now, I forgot what the last one I did was. It might have been Speedy, Harold Lloyd Speedy, and I might have hinted at a Charlie Chaplin review episode, which some of the Chaplin shorts. So I guess I'm going to try to get back to that. But if you want me to do a different silent movie that I haven't reviewed so far, just message me on this channel, comment on this video. I know some of you are friends with me, so you can just PM me and just say, hey, Joey, can you review this? I'm actually even trying to see if I can get a regular DVD copy of Napoleon imported here, because I do have a region-free DVD player. I just can't watch it on Blu-ray because all my Blu-ray players are region A. And that Blu-ray is exclusively region A, and I don't want to, shell out a lot of money to buy another, Blu-ray player that I'll only use for, a handful of Blu-rays. So there's that. I really hope to do more reviews on this channel soon. I've actually been doing more content and reviews on another channel called Movie Squad, and I'll post the link in the description. We talk a lot more about a lot of modern movies on that channel. A lot of great movie discussions. I talk about Samurai Jack, which is obviously a TV show, but, we're pretty flexible with that kind of stuff. I do talk about classic films sometimes on the channel with the series Honor the Classics. We have our first episode about the original King Kong posted up there. And we're going to have some more content posted in the future. But anyway, what do you guys think of 2017 so far in film? What is your favorite film so far this year? What is your most disappointing so far? And what is your most anticipated upcoming release? For me, maybe Beauty and the Beast or Planet of the Apes would be my two favorites. My two anticipated titles. So we'll see about that. Anyway, I'll catch you guys very soon.